Welcome back everyone to my FIFA 21 career with Manchester United. We stand at the dawn of the new Premier League season as we are set to travel to Craven Cottage to take on Fulham. Should be an interesting game that, especially after the poor display of our pre-season in South America. And as you can see here, the press straight onto it. And we're going to try and build up morale here amongst the team, which is good. It's gone up to happy now. Hopefully we have got rid of all the mistakes out of our system. I hope that is the case, because those first couple of games of pre-season, just the 3 games, I know I simmed the 2, but just that first game, it was brutal. Absolutely brutal, because I'm so used to playing PES at the moment and defending. It's certainly not up to scratch. You can tell I'm really rusty on FIFA, so I'm expecting some tough performances, tough results to take. They're asking about Twanzebe here. It's up to the lad himself. He's got all the tools. Is he ready to put in the hard work? Twanzebe is certainly a player I want to keep in the first team. So we'll go with, he's got all the tools. He certainly has. What future he has ahead of him. And he's certainly in my plans for the first team. Maybe in the next 2-3 seasons. We'll have to wait and see how things go. So that's our pre-match press conference done ahead of the opening day of the new Premier League season. Here we are then at Craven Cottage to take on newly promoted Fulham. Should be an interesting one this. Hopefully we can get off to a winning start. Let's take a quick look at the lineups then. So for Fulham, Areola, former PSG man, starts in goal. It's Tete, Hector, Agier and Brian at the back. Reed, Lamina in midfield. Knockout, Kenny and Aina as they're attacking 3 in this 4-2-3-1 formation. And it's Reed up top on his own with Kenny just slipping in behind in that number 10 role as captain. Can always be so influential, and we'll just have to keep an eye on that. But for Manchester United, well, you can see the majority of the players. It's the expected lineup, really, of David De Gea in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Victor Lindelof, Maguire and Telles. And new summer signing. Speaking of summer signings, Donny van der Beek gets a start as our number 10 today, alongside Pogba and Fernandes in midfield. And it's that front 3 of Mason Greenwood, Martial and Marcus Rashford, who we'll be expecting so much from this season, especially after the season they had last year. Hoping for a quick start then, Manchester United. It's time to put that poor pre-season behind us. Rashford's in here. It's a great ball from Anthony Martial. Great bit of pace shown from Rashford, and he strikes it straight at the keeper. Hasn't been too bad of a start for United, although we're going to have to shut up shop here as Fulham come forwards. Knockout's going to swing this in. It's poor from Tellers. It's back to Kearney. It's in over the top for Aina, who makes it 1-0 to Fulham. They're up and running. The first goal of the game, 17 minutes in. As I go on to say that it hasn't been too bad of a start for United. Well, it certainly has now, as we trail to newly promote Fulham. So Manchester United, a goal down on the opening day of the new season. And that's through for Anthony Martial. And again, Areola with a great save. Marcus Rashford, we saw earlier, in a very similar position. Similar sort of shot. Seri, who's come on here. It's over the top from Knockout. That's a beautiful ball to Aina. And again, look at the way Fulham's zipping the ball around at the moment. It could be 2 here. It's a fantastic challenge from the captain, Maguire. It's over the top for Aina. He's going to be looking for more. As he switches it back for Lamina. Former Saints man. He was linked with United a few times in real life. David De Gea with a great save. Well, the opening day of the new Premier League season ends in a loss for Manchester United. Newly promoted Fulham couldn't have asked for a better start to life back in the Premier League. What a win for them over Manchester United. It's finished 1-0 here at Craven Cottage. Just weren't good enough. We need to book our ideas up, because our next 2 games see us up against Arsenal and Liverpool. So we've got to do the post-match press conference, haven't we? Opening day, ends in a loss. First game of the first season as Man United manager, you probably hoped for better than to kick off with a defeat. Are you disappointed with what you saw? Of course I am. We just weren't good enough. We have to be brave. Hope the supporters will be patient. I think we'll go with that. I mean, it is just one game in. We all know just one game isn't a fair reflection on what will happen come match day 38. And we've got to keep in mind of how poor our pre-season was as well. That certainly didn't help, you know, with all the fitness and sharpness having an effect. I'm sure if I'd have actually done that properly, without diving in head first, we might have just been a little bit better. Fulham got what turned out to be the winner before half-time. There's plenty left in the game, but couldn't make a breakthrough. What was missing? It was a decent performance, but a disappointing result. We'll stick with that. I don't think we did a lot wrong today. We were decent in the final thirds, but everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong here in this opening day. So we're back at Old Trafford, our first game here at Old Trafford for our next game in the Premier League. Sure is going to be quite the tough test, really, considering our recent run of form pre-season, the opening day as well. Well, it's the first of two tricky games coming up for Manchester United. Obviously, the opening day wasn't what we'd hoped for, but we start here at Old Trafford, our first game here at home against Arsenal. And it's nice to hear Stone Roses blasting out. So happy that EA have added that to the game. Well, players to watch today, Marcus Rashford, who failed to find the back of the net in that first game, is one to watch. He'll be hoping to pick up where he left off pre-lockdown. He was in fine form. Let's see if we could get him on the score sheet today, as well as Bruno Fernandes. He'll be looking to supply our front men. Here is the full lineup then. So David De Gea in goal. It's Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire and Telles as the back four once again that started against Fulham. Nemanja Matic is into the side ahead of Van der Beek, who drops to the bench as Fernandes pushes into that number 10, and it's Dan James that starts ahead of Mason Greenwood again, who drops to the bench. And you'll notice here that Arsenal have managed to sign Jamie Vardy. He drops straight into the starting lineup as you'd expect, and is also their captain today. They've gone with 5 at the back: Maitland-Niles, Mari, Gabriel, Holding and Kolasinac, Guendouzi and Torreira, Pepe, Vardy and Willian. Some decent signings there for Arsenal in Vardy and Willian. Let's see what they're capable of today. So I'm still on Legendary, but I've turned competitive mode off for this game. All those drag backs by the opposition, it's just doing my head in. So we'll see if it's any different, see how we get on as Paul Pogba is going to hit this first time. It's not a bad effort, especially seeing we're only, 2 minutes into the game. Not bad at all. Hit first time, looking for a bit of swerve, certainly got that. Leno, I think, was sweating slightly. He was across his line quickly. And he just hits that back post. Arsenal come forwards, Maitland-Niles. There's a few options here. Although it looks like he's going to go it alone. No. Switches it to Kolasinac, who is offside. Nemanja Matic in for his experience, his calmness in midfield today. Here's Dan James now, finds the overlapping run of Wan-Bissaka. Finding Anthony Martial. Does get on the end of it. Not enough power behind it though to cause Leno any problems. Willian finds Guendouzi, who goes down after a challenge by Captain Harry Maguire. Referee walking over here. What's it going to be? A yellow card at least. Harry Maguire not happy. And there is the yellow card. So he goes into the book. He's going to have to be very careful now. It's Rashford. Great footwork there. Great bit of skill. Anthony Martial drags it back. Finds Bruno Fernandes. Great effort before half time. Pity it doesn't find the back of the net. Leno putting a stop to it. It's well worked, that attack from Manchester United. Create that space, create that opening. Pogba to Rashford. Just waiting for those runs off the ball. Here is Bruno Fernandes back to Anthony Martial. And it's a great block. Well, off goes Anthony Martial to be replaced by Odion Ighalo. Donny van der Beek also comes on for Paul Pogba. Van der Beek finds Marcus Rashford. All that space and all that pace. And nothing comes of it. It's going to be a Manchester United corner then. 70 minutes on the clock. Is that someone wearing a wife beater then in the crowd as Harry Maguire makes it 1-0 United. Come on. With a captain's goal, United up and running now for the season. First goal of the season for the team. First goal of the season for Harry Maguire. Good old slab head getting on the end of that ball. Great set piece. Pinpoint accuracy from Bruno Fernandes. Look at the power that Maguire puts behind that. That's the Maguire we all came to know in the Euros for England all those years ago. It's a great goal. Need to hold on to this lead. Be nice to have a 1-0 win over Arsenal heading into our next game at Anfield against Liverpool, as Maguire's in trouble here. It's a second yellow. He is off. United down to 10. Oh, he's gone from hero to zero here. He gets a yellow card in the first half with a challenge on Guendouzi, scores the goal, gets sent off after. Well, James comes off to be replaced by Upamecano. His first game here at Old Trafford. So United down to 10. Great incentive for Arsenal to maybe go and get that equaliser. Upamecano's going to step in here and win the ball for United. Does really well. Well, plenty of ups and downs in today's game. Yes, we've won. We've got our first 3 points on the board for the season. But today's game has also seen our first red card of the season, as Harry Maguire, who scored that goal that's won us the game here today, got sent off after his challenge on Jamie Vardy. Unbelievable, really is. So we'll do the post-match press conference then after that big win against Arsenal. Was a must-win as well after losing the opening day game to Fulham. So Maguire is going to be suspended after today. He will miss the big game against Liverpool. It's a bit of a blow actually. These things are part of the game. I'm not going to say that. We'll be okay, I'm sure. We'll find a way. I think we'll go straight down the middle. Say we'll be okay. Cards and suspensions are all part of the game. You never get through a season without problems like this. So we'll find a solution to Maguire, which means that Upamecano will definitely just slot in nicely now for Harry Maguire. Just one goal in it. Are you happy with today's performance? Every player did his job today. They did. And we held on for those last 10 minutes or so after Maguire got sent off. We had to. We couldn't risk doing anything else, really. We just had to be very clever, very pragmatic with our approach. You know, it's all about game management, isn't it? You have to be careful. And we did soak up the pressure, especially after losing that opening day. You can just imagine some of the fans on your back after losing the opening game of the season. And there we go anyway. So there's the league table then. 2 games into the new season. We're down in 9th. Leicester with a 100% start. Chelsea the same. And Everton as well. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed. I'll see you all soon for the next one.